This is my garden, and good morning, everyone. I'm going to start you off today with this. This is two varieties of vanilla orchids in this one medium pot. I guess it's a large pot compared to a lot of the tiny ones. This a friend of mine, Donna, gave me, and one of them, this one here, is actually a leafless vanilla. It comes from the Everglades. It hasn't been seen in the Everglades in about 80 years. And a friend of mine's grandfather had a piece on his property, and they were getting rid of the property, and she didn't want it bulldozed, so she pulled up. By the way, it's not in the Everglades. It hasn't been in the Everglades, this particular plant, this one, in over 80 years, because it was her grandfather, and he's long gone. However, this plant has not, like I said, has not been seen in the glades since I don't know, 80 years or so. But she didn't want it destroyed, so she dug it up and gave me a piece, and it seems to be doing well. I have allowed a lot of this kind of stuff to grow in it because what I'm finding is it's actually helping, keeping it a little warm and protected, but that's just a temporary thing until it gets really established. And it's starting to, because this other one, which is a different variety from this one, you can see the difference in leaf, is, I'm not really sure where it's native to. I don't think it's a Florida native one, but she gave that to me too because her father had that one intertwined with the other. So I ended up with two pieces. So I have 3 different varieties of vanilla. Here's my big one that everybody has been seeing, and a lot of my friends and neighbors have all tasted the vanilla. This is a vanilla orchid that I got just about a 2-foot piece of, and I've had it now for about 10 years. And last year I pollinated. You have to hand pollinate, and I pollinated about 640 beans. Everybody keeps telling me I can make about $10 a bean, but I just give them away to my neighbors. And I have a very close friend of mine in Belgium who comes over and collects as many as she can because she's an amazing baker. Anyways, and Joyce, I'm still waiting to taste some of that bakery food that you create with my vanilla. One day a girl can dream. Anyways, I have another vanilla, or not a vanilla, another orchid. And it's got 2 brand new bloom spikes on it. You can see the one here, and you can see the new one here. I leave these old ones on because the lizards and the birds like to sit on them. They're not pulling any energy from the plant, so we're good to go. But this vanilla, my big vanilla, I call Angel, because when you open up the flower when you're pollinating, the top lip to the flower looks like an angel that's getting ready to take flight. It's absolutely beautiful. So I'm very grateful to God for this beautiful plant that has produced so much for so many. And she just keeps growing. A really close friend of mine helped me build this stand. I'm going to try to show you the stand it's on. The lattice goes all the way up. It's got a platform because underneath here is where I have a huge box, like a storage box that I used instead of a planter to plant it in. And it sits down on this big post. And now, what I've done is I've bought wheels that hold 250 pounds each, because this is a pretty heavy orchid, so that I can spin it around and work on it, because if you can see, it's growing all up through the back. And I specifically put it on this stand so that I can spin it and work on it when I'm pollinating, because as you can see, this orchid is a vine and it likes to climb. And if I allow it to go any higher, I won't be able to pollinate those flowers. Now, the one thing I can tell you is these flowers, they don't smell. You would think that a vanilla, smelling the smell that vanilla is, that the flowers would smell, but they have no scent, which is odd. But they're beautiful. They only open for one day, and if you don't pollinate them within that time period before they close, you've lost that bean. And here's some beans that are still on. Let me find them. I still have one last batch that are on here, and I just oh, you know what? I don't. I lied. I took them off, and I apologize. I will show you that next step another time. I just really wanted to show you my vanilla. So I hope you all have an absolutely lovely day. I'm starting to have some issues breathing right now, so I'm going to go in and take some medicine. But I just thought you all would like to see one of my pride and joys. I hope you all have a very blessed day, and thank you for blessing me with the few minutes of your time to watch my video. I'm going to ask that you please like and subscribe, and thank you for coming with me on this journey. I really appreciate it. Bye.